Everyone right now is saying, I automated my whole content with Claude. But the output you see is almost AI slop that gets no reach and conversions. I run a B2B YouTube content agency, and I have been testing a lot of AI systems internally, which helps us produce content for our clients in half the time it used to take us before AI. So I'm making this video to show you guys a Claude content system I have built that anyone can use to produce quality YouTube content that actually performs. It follows the same YouTube frameworks that we use for our clients who usually blow up in their niche in just a few videos. Like we did with SaaS Mastery, they hit 40,000 views with just a fourth video we helped them with. This will help you produce content around your offer and your expertise, so the content you are making is actually moving the needle for you. And yeah, all the skill files and prompts I'm gonna use in this video are linked in the description. Before we start, I want to make it clear that this isn't a full automation that spits out regurgitated garbage. In my experience, AI lacks good judgment and that type of content will not perform anyway. So with this system, you're going to be working alongside with Claude to make good content. This system has 3 core skills and 2 workflows. The 3 core ones handle brand compass, ideation and scripting. The other 2 workflows will help you with the thumbnails and repurposing. So let me show you how this works. So first, the brand compass. You need to use it in Claude Cowork. Since it's a skill file, all you need to do is type /YouTube brand compass. So if you're wondering what brand compass means, think of it as a YouTube content strategy that's going to tell Claude all about your offer, ICP, competitor insights, and so on. That's going to make your videos more strategy rich instead of guessing. The ideation and scripting skills are going to be dependent on this brand compass, and you need to make sure you're spending your time so that you actually get a good YouTube content strategy out of this. So once you enter, Claude gonna walk you through step by step and you just need to do what it tells. So now it is asking like, do you have an offer, ICP page, or a website, pitch doc, anything that you want to upload to Claude? If you do upload, it's gonna save you some time because it will automatically pre-fill answers from your documents to save time. Right now, I'm just gonna say like, now let's go from scratch. So for this walkthrough, I'm gonna use a profile that is similar to one of the clients we're working on. With that said, the first question it is asking, what do you sell and what's the problem you solve? So I'm just gonna answer that. I help non-technical service business founders turn their existing expertise into a scalable AI-powered SaaS. Most of my clients have built successful consulting or knowledge business and they're stuck because it's not scalable and so on. So let me send it. Now it's asking a question on a differentiation. What makes your approach different, unique compared to others doing similar things? All of these answers you provide, it's going to leverage it in your scripts and ideation, which I think is pretty awesome. These are the things that you should be highlighting in your videos that pushes the buyer to the next step. So I'm just going to paste an answer that says like, I talk in simple business language instead of technical stuff. My clients never feel stupid because they don't know tech, because I make it simple in the business language. We are super clear about our process. We validate a startup idea before them committing to the full build. Let me send this. What do your clients say they love about working with you or your process? I'm going to paste a similar answer that's basically, hey, when they work with me, they feel complete clarity and feel safe compared to other competitors that make them feel like they're getting oversold. Now it's asking case studies. So let me paste 3 example case studies we have here. Now, we're done with section 1. It's going to give you a preview of what's going to end up in the final brand compass. So read this. If it looks good, then you can move to the next section. Now section 2 is about ICP. Now it's what job titles does your ideal buyer hold? So let me paste an answer. Next, what size of the company? Let's say 5 or more employees. Next, the industry. So these ICP section is going to be really helpful in the scripting section because Claude will know exactly who it is writing script for. So you're going to end up with something much more targeted that will directly talk to your ideal buyer than some generic script. Now it's asking the location. So let's say UK. What's the biggest pain points? I gave an answer that usual service business owners fail. The business is dependent on them. Growth means they have to work more. It's not that scalable, and when it comes to exit, they try to productize their service, but it hasn't worked because they are the value. Now it's asking a question about buying triggers. Fear of falling behind because of AI. AI feels like a bottleneck because their business is not growing, or conversations with colleagues and other business owners that make them see a new way. Now it's asking a question about dream outcome. Basically a scalable business that works without them. That's the answer I'm giving. Now it's going to give you a similar preview to what you have seen in section 1. Review it carefully, and if it looks good, then you can just confirm. Now the section 3 is about speaking tone. Claude wants to see how you sound like so it can analyze that tone and have similar tone in your scripts. So for this, you can either paste a transcript or use voice dictation that's in the Claude. I'm just gonna paste a transcript that I have. You can also paste a transcript of meetings, call recordings, or your older YouTube videos, anything that can go here. Now I have pasted a transcript here. It's gonna analyze everything from the transcript and make a speaking tone. Here, one more thing I'd like to do is that to absolutely make sure the scripting model gets the tone right, I also ask Claude to also insert the transcript I pasted into the speaking tone section. So that's basically what it did. So the scripting model has so much context to go around. Now I'm gonna confirm this. Now we're at the last section of brand compass, which is competitor analysis. And guys, this is the best part of this brand compass. I was shocked at how good this competitor analysis. It actually takes control of your browser and analyzes each of your competitors. And before we continue, I want to tell you that you need to have a vidIQ extension installed in your Chrome browser, and the browser you are using should be connected to Claude. And the reason we need to have vidIQ extension installed is that Claude can see the outlier score of the video, which is going to be helpful. So it's basically asking 2 to 3 competitors, and you can basically paste however many competitors you want, and that's depending on how many you paste, the better the result gonna be. And of course, it's gonna consume so much more credits if you're gonna paste like 10 to 20 channels. So you need to really think about how many you want to paste here. So since this profile is from AI and SaaS niche, I'm gonna paste similar channels: Liam Utley, 9x, Ross Harkness. Now it's gonna be loading the tools and it's on the browser right now. So let me show you guys. So as you can see, it's loading up YouTube, the channels I pasted, and it's gonna be analyzing each channel one by one. First, it's gonna see the latest 4 videos and then the popular 4 videos, analyze their content. Now it's checking the popular videos and even opening the videos. The best thing, it also analyzes the comments on videos from your competitors. So it knows what is resonating with people. Now it's opened 9x video, checking the comments, what people are liking about his content. Same for Ross Harkness channel. It's gonna play a popular video and check the comments. And the Claude also gets screenshots of these comments and whatever it is doing. Now, Claude is done with analyzing all of the competitors we have. Now see the data it produced. These are recent 3 videos of the competitor we added: Liam Utley, the video, the outlier score. This is where I was blown away. The analysis it did was really good. So let me read it for you guys. Liam Utley's highest performing content runs on fear and opportunity framing, skills that separate winners from losers. Replace millions, get rich with AI. The 58.1x outlier on the AI skills video isn't accidental. It taps directly into the anxiety people feel about being left behind. And if you remember, this is what I mentioned in our offer, what makes some people buy. For this specific offer, people are afraid of AI and being left behind. That's what it observed for Liam Utley's channel. His format is long form beginner guide, which YouTube rewards. His recent content pivoted hard to Claude code and agentic business tools, which is getting meaningful traction. He positions himself as an young entrepreneur who figured out AI is now sharing others the way. So for Ross Harkness, is the closest channel to your ICP, and I pasted this intentionally because I know the target audience of his channel and the target audience of the profile I was using for this video is same. That's what you need to be doing when doing content strategy. You need to carefully review the competitors so you actually know what's working, both from the channels that your target clients like to watch. In this case, Ross Harkness is in the adjacent niche. Our target audience are same, but the product is like he helps them with the systems. We help them with AI software product. And it would also benefit reviewing a bit broad channels like Liam Utley, where he gets very high number of views on his videos. His description literally says 6, 7, 8 business owners who want their business to run without them. His breakout title formula, business is hard. It's analyzing title formats as how a YouTube strategist would do. Created a 467k views outlier against a channel that averages 1 to 5,000 views. That's a 50 times outlier. The formula works because it names a pain state, then promises resolution. His content is system focused, practical, and a diagram heavy. The comment from this user: your concept diagram made my dilemma frighteningly clear. Shows how powerful visual frameworks are for this audience. And it's a good insight because if you notice, in this profile I told that my business stands out because I make complex topic, which is tech, easier to understand for the service business owners who are not technical. So these kind of insights, integrating it into your content strategy, is how you get your channel to blow up fast. For 9x runs a different playbook entirely. Ride every new AI tool launch with a X insane use cases format and review content. It's a trend surfing, not audience building. Their top comment on the most viewed video was about thumbnails being clean and honest, which tells you the space is full of exaggerated hype content and people are actively looking for alternatives. Damn, I did pretty good job, guys. I didn't expect you to strategize our thumbnails as well because I worked with channels in this niche and simple thumbnails works because everyone is doing like very complex, heavy designed ones that business owners not gonna click much, but also like it's overdone. So let's see the audience intelligence it has done. For Liam Oatley, people appreciate that he doesn't feel like a scammer. The top comment says he's a genuine guy, not a scam curses, which means his peers aren't landing that way. People come for the frameworks and stay because they trust the intent. There's also a strong cohort of skeptics in the comments who engage deeply anyway, which shows the content sparks genuine debate rather than just passive consumption. Pretty good observation. Ross Hogness. People love the visual clarity and practical specificity. Comment, I finally understood how to set up systems and your concept diagram made my dilemma frighteningly clear. Shows the audience want to be shown, not just told. The breakthrough video worked because it matched a specific pain. And I would say this is a good observation because especially for Ross Hogness niche, when it comes to like systems, a lot of the videos are just like plain headshot videos, hey, build SOPs and all of that. There aren't many channels that's actually like, presenting the screen and explaining how the system works in a whiteboard and then showing it in action and also show the results it has been producing for them or their clients. Next for the Linux, limited genuine creator focused comments, most were spam, one real comment praised of the rest of comment being honest and exaggerated. I'm also surprised Claude is intelligent enough to separate human comments from bot comments, which is good. What's being overused or done poorly? The insane use cases formula is everywhere and mostly empty. It reaches people but doesn't build trust or convert bias. The hype driven AI anxiety content works for views but attracts an anxious general audience, not a buying audience with capital. It's like giving advice a good YouTube strategist would give business owners who's building a channel to get conversions, not just vanity views. This is what you need to be doing when you want to get conversions. You need to have a strategy. You're capturing audience attention, but also making sure the content you're making is actually attracting the buying audience. Ross Hogness non-AI videos consistently perform. His AI systems video got 10,000 views, while his general systems video got 467,000 views, suggesting the AI angle doesn't resonate with his ICP. I would say that use your own intuition here because it has very limited data, right? If you give like multiple channels, like usually for my clients, I go through so many different types of channels. So when it comes to feedback like this, you need to use your own intuition. That's why like we have this preview section where you need to read everything and give your feedback to it so that you and Claude are working side by side to make something extraordinary. So gaps nobody is owning well. Nobody is speaking directly to established profitable service business owners about turning their existing expertise into an AI-powered product. Liam Outley speaks to people wanting to start an AI business, so beginner audience, hustlers. Ross Harkness speaks to systems for existing businesses, but barely touches AI. 9x speaks to everyone with no specific ICP. The specific angle your expertise has trapped in you and the AI can fix that is completely unoccupied. Great observation. The language of productizing a founder's knowledge, de-risking with minimum viable approach, and creating a sellable asset from what you already know has no home on YouTube yet. That's how you make a positioning to stand out in your niche, and that's kind of underrated that a lot of channels just don't focus on creating that unique positioning that's gonna differentiate you from other channels. If your videos just look like everyone else, how you even gonna be standing out? You're not going to be able to build the deeper connection that these famous YouTube channels like Ross Harkness, Alexa Moisey, Daniel Priestley, you wouldn't be able to build that without a strong positioning. So here's a preview of everything I did. Same things we just read on the top. So I'd say this is pretty good. I might change or add a couple of things, but for the sake of this video, let's just say confirm. Now let's gonna make one final document of the brand compass and think about it, guys. Whenever Claude is doing ideation or scripting, it's gonna have access to a content strategy or a context file like this one. So for this to complete, you need to wait a bit. Every session we do with the ideation skill and scripting. So once it's done creating the file, this is how it's gonna look like. You can see the preview here, and what you need to be doing is that show in folder. It's already saved in your computer. If I click here, you can see here. So you just paste it wherever you want and reuse it every time you do. Now with that, we have our brand book ready. So the next core skill is the ideation. Ideation skill takes your brand book and gives you video ideas, and it's going to be the same process. Since it has competitors list got from the brand book, it's going to use those, analyze those competitors on your browser, and give you video ideas based on what's actually working now compared to generic AI ideas you get if you directly ask it, hey, give me video ideas based on XYZ. This is going to give you more accurate video ideas that has a higher chance of working. To use this ideation model, you need to go to Claude Cover. Once you're there, same, you just search YouTube ideation and click enter. It's going to walk you through how to use this, very simple. It's asking us to upload our brand compass, so let me do it. It's going to read that brand compass and immediately going to browse competitors on our browser. So let me show it to you guys. As you can see here, the connector activated. I go to my browser and click here. You can see it started browsing the competitors we gave in the brand compass. And in case it asks any permissions, you need to give it here. Okay, here's checking out the popular videos, browsing another channel, checking out popular videos of Liam Woodley. Next, 9x. So guys, it's finally done with ideation research. Let's check what it gave us. It's basically saying what are the video ideas it found from each of these channels. Then you're gonna get video ideas based on the audience awareness stage. Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. Video ideas are tagged with this. And let's see the actual video ideas. Your business will never sell until you do this. The video idea is pretty good. I might make some slight changes and do my own research to see like the potential of this. But right off the bat, this is pretty good. And it came from business is hard until you build systems like this. It's an outlier format that has worked really well for raw sockness. And you can also take some inspiration, but basically your business will never sell until you do this. Has a pretty good curiosity. And if you want to take more inspiration from the original source, then you could make it like your business won't scale until you have a system like this. So the first one is pretty good. So first let's check the angle, name the deepest fears, deepest quickest fears your ICP carries, the business ties when they do, promises a structural fix they haven't heard before. And it was also giving us idea of what to cover in the video, the value trap, IP lives in your head, why delegation and systems don't fully solve it, and what a sellable asset actually looks like, the minimum viable approach. Actually like the outline it gave us, the output quality is really good because it has our brand compass, so it knows everything about our business. So why it fits our offer and ICP, hits curve here, your ICP won't say, outlier sellability, more emotionally charged than scalability, connects directly to your product building offer, pretty good. Your expectations, gonna be the viewer's expectations by seeing the video. Click expecting clarity on what makes a business scale sellable. Want a practical answer, not theory. And let's check other video ideas. This is how to build and sell AI agents in 2026 ultimately. Okay, when it comes to these inspiration, before selecting the angle, what I say is that check out these videos, why it has worked. That's how you're gonna find way more insights. And since Claude can't watch the video, it can get the transcript and see, but if you actually take your time to watch the video, then you're gonna find more insights. So for this video, I know it's a good format that has worked multiple times. One of the reasons this specific video worked is because it's a very long video. So as you can see guys, this is where that video idea is inspired from, and this is almost 4 hours long. Damn, longer videos are performing well, so that could be one of the reasons. So when you're making this video, you need to keep in mind that as well. So how to turn your expertise into an AI product, no tech background. And this is a great top of the funnel video idea that actually think has a good potential, though I would change this later part of the title. So angle, end-to-end beginner guide for service founders who feel locked out of AI, positions your ICP as uniquely pledged to win, not behind. Okay, why service founders have the raw material most people are building AI products don't. Next, there's a middle of the funnel video idea, why your consulting business always sets a ceiling, and the fix nobody talks about. Okay, it's a more niche topic. Consulting business, you can swap it to anything. If you want max more reach on this, you can change it to like why your service business. That's the thing with this system I designed, where like this isn't a complete automation. You're going to be working alongside with Claude, you're going to be learning stuff, you're going to be using your own expertise, and Claude will use its own expertise and gonna do the great time taking work of like analyzing from these channels. And it's going to save you so much time since you're also spending your own time and expertise into these, working alongside it. You're going to end up with a really good content base. So I'd say like this video has worked more due to its format. So in order for you to make this idea work, you need to maybe like rearrange this title into something that fits this format, or like you can see other formats and like mix and match it. That's how you do video ideation. A bottom of the funnel video idea: how a training business for 33,000 accountants built award-winning software without a developer. Okay, this is not bad. Maybe I might change it to like software without a developer to like build a seven-figure business from their consulting business. So this is inspired from how to build a business that runs itself. Okay, not bad. For a bottom of the funnel video, you don't need to build the full product. Start here instead. That's a good format, guide. You don't need to build a product. Start here instead. This is a format that works, but I may change it to something like you don't need to build the MVP. Start here instead. Maybe like that. Place the hashtag on objection before it forms. With content, one of our main goals should be to pre-handle the objections our customers give us. We get shorter sales cycles, and this doesn't happen automatically. You need to put thought into your content like Claude is trying to do here. The 6 video ideas are pretty good, and if I scroll bottom, it also gives title variations for each of the video idea, so it's pretty nice. These title variations gonna help you come up with like more angles that you can A/B test when you're posting the video. I like this, I'm gonna say. Now what it's gonna do is that it's gonna search video ideas around this video idea in our niche as well as wider niche, so it can see its potential and also like find information that's gonna be helpful for the scripting model. Now it is browsing up Alex Hormozy's videos to see like if it can find anything relevant. It's actually searched a video idea, turn your knowledge into your business. That's a really good video. It's finding really good search terms to search to find existing videos around our topic to find good information for our script. Okay, it's done. It seems like your inspiration video, our video comes from this topic, and it is giving like Alex Hormozy video, Ross Hockness, Dan Curry video. So what it is asking us to do right now is paste a transcript of the inspiration video plus one of these 3 videos. So what I'm gonna do is that what seems more relevant for my profile is this video from Dan Coy, because I feel like it is targeting the same kind of audience. So I'm gonna give transcript of these videos. I'm gonna click on this.
Have you spent
If you have a vidIQ plugin, it's pretty simple. You click here, transcript, copy, paste, and here I'm gonna say like Ross Hockness, and then I'm gonna select the Dan Coy video, paste, and send it to Claude. Now it's going to create an idea handoff file for our scripting skill, which is going to contain analysis of the inspiration video, useful insights and topics from the inspiration video we took from Dan Curry. Okay guys, the idea handoff file is ready. So it's going to take a time. For me it took like 3 minutes I think, but the reason it's going to take is that it's going to analyze these video ideas and also give the transcript of the video we gave it. Since we have this, let's save it and get started with the scripting model. So to use a scripting model, of course you're going to need brand compass and the ideation handoff file. This is going to be the workflow for all the videos you're going to be working on. And the way this model is going to work is that it's going to ask you questions first about your experience, your knowledge, your expertise around this topic and so on. And then it will start building script section by section. To use a scripting model, you need to go to normal Claude chat. A Sonnet 4.6 thinking model will be enough for this. So I'm just gonna fire off the model by searching YouTube scripting. So once I have this, I just need to enter. So it's gonna ask us the brand compass and ideation handoff file, which I'm giving it right now. So I'm just gonna paste the answers I typed out for these questions. But usually what is ideal is that you just read these questions and record a voice note transcript in your tone, in your experience, keep it very conversational and get the transcript of it and paste it here, because it's gonna help with making sure the tone of the script is accurate to what you said. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna be pasting the answers I typed out. So let me send this. Now it's gonna give us the outline for this video: hook, intro, section 1, what you have already tried and why it wasn't working. And these kind of things work really well guys. When people feel heard, they are likely to watch more of your videos, but just don't overdo it. Since this video is about the problem, so having this as a section 1 makes so much more sense. Okay, so the architecture problem, section 3, what's actually changed, examples, the minimum viable first step. This is really good, I would say. So let me just confirm this. But usually if I'm working on this script, I would spend time to read each of this and also add my ideas. Now it's going to give us options for the hook, and you can choose whatever you want. you have probably already solved the problem you think you have. You have hired the right people, built SOPs, maybe even brought in a senior person to take up the pressure off, and your business is still dependent on you in ways you shouldn't be. That's not a delegation problem. That's not a systems problem. It's a structural problem that most founders never actually name. And it's the reason everything else has only partially worked. Okay, the tone overall is pretty good. Option 2. A few years ago, a client of mine won a big contract with 9 substitutes, all needing the same work. It should be done, all good. All good to have. Instead, everything slowed down. Not because her process was broken, not because her team wasn't capable, but because every complicated case still needed her personality to make that call. And there was now far too many of those for her to be involved in. She thought she needed better SOPs. Her SOPs were already good. What she actually had was an architecture problem. And I want to show you what that is because it's probably happening in your business right now. That's a pretty good storytelling hook. I've seen so many channels use this kind of hook. You need to tweak it a little bit and make sure like the information is accurate to what the real story is. But if you think about it, most YouTube videos are like, most founders are doing this wrong, most people are doing this wrong. If you are doing XYZ, then you do this. And that's why like these storytelling hooks are working pretty well. So I actually like this one. What would your business look like if you weren't available for 3 months, not a holiday? This is the thing that's gonna hit with the target audience of this profile. Actually unbelievable. Most founders I work with go quiet when I ask that. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why that's the situation you are in and the structure change that fixes it. This last part you need to edit it. It's not that good, but the first part, the starting part of this is very, really good. I say like overall, this one is the one I can choose. Option 2, I like. Next, it's moving to the intro section and you can see like it's gonna generate the script step by step. If you notice one more thing, the script gonna be broken down into sentence by sentence instead of having like long sentences like this because it's gonna make it easier to read while you're recording, and it also gives you a good view of the pacing of the video. Okay, but because everything is complicated again, you need to like adjust these parts, but right off the bat it gave me so many ideas without me actually like watching so many videos to come up with ideas and grind with ChatGPT or Claude AI slop. That's not going to be useful anymore. So this is a much better output I can work with. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this is and all of that. For intro, I think I did rather have a introduction of myself and say self a bit and why they need to listen to me. So that's what I'd like to have in the intro section for this video. It's gonna make the change. My name is XYZ and I help service business owners turn their expertise into software business. I think we need to change this. We don't want to get the sales cut up right from the start of the video. I worked with founders winning, and the thing I almost see is like, okay, now it's going to be generating section 1 of the video. If you're running a service business of any kind of scale, you have probably already tried to fix this. You hired people maybe. And from here, I'm just going to be generating section by section because if I review every part of the script, this is going to make the video like 2-3 hours long. So now I have the rest of the script ready. You can say some pretty good points like more clients means more of you. A bigger team still needs you as a reference point. A larger contract like my client with the 29 subsidiaries turned a manageable process into a crisis overnight. Okay, I got a way of explaining this that tends to land. Think about what it means, what it meant to copy knowledge before the printing press existed. This kind of example style explanation works really well. So good job. Let me be more specific about why each of the usual approaches hits the ceiling. Delegation, SOPs, okay, pretty structured. I like it. It's also giving the mid CTA. If you want it, you can keep it. If not, you can just delete it. What's actually changed? Here's why this problem is solvable now. It wasn't before. AI means knowledge, okay? I think we can have more explanation here, but right off the bat, it's not bad. Going back to printing space, and it is actually connecting back to the example we gave, like section 3 or 2, which is also pretty good. That's how you need to be making videos. Like once you drop the story or an example, connecting it back to it in the later part of the video gonna make your video feel more put together. And it also added the case studies we have with our clients, so the video feels more experience driven. Then the minimum viable step. If this is the direction where you want to go or not with the product, now you start by identifying the part of your expertise that shows up most consistently, and it's giving the framework at the end of the video. Okay, good. I might change the outro a little bit to funnel people to a different video, but I would say this is a really good script right off the bat that I can take it, put it into like Notion and start editing it. make it into a much well put together script that I can go and record the video. Now let me show you guys how to make thumbnails using Claude, and specifically we are going to be using Claude Design, the newest tool Anthropic launched, and it is really good at when it comes to making wireframes and so on. But let me be honest with you guys, when it comes to YouTube video thumbnails, this is not as good as Gemini or ChatGPT. So why are we using this? So just like anything, Claude Design is really good at specific type of thumbnails that Gemini or ChatGPT are not that great at. The three thumbnails you see on screen right now are created using Claude Design. If you observe, all three of these thumbnails are more of a text heavy, shape layers, and UI based thumbnails. That's exactly what Claude is good at. Especially if you look at this thumbnail, the layout or that UI it created for this thumbnail is pretty good. But when I try to do this with Gemini or ChatGPT, a lot of the times it tries to mess up the text over here or like the logos. All of this would not be as accurate. So I would say Claude Design is good at more of these simple text, shape layers, icons, UI layouts. So if you're making any of those kind of thumbnails, this is really good. Another limitation with Claude Design, it won't color grade your image. You also need to do it yourself, and you need to provide a PNG of your headshot in the exact pose you want the thumbnail to be in. So those are the things you need to keep in mind when creating thumbnails with Claude Design. So these are the type of thumbnails you can expect Claude Design to be good at. So let me show you guys how you can also make these kind of thumbnails. So you need to head to Claude Design, Claude AI/design. So when you are at the Claude Design website, you just click on others, and if you have a design system you can select, but if you don't have, that's also fine. So for this one, I'm just gonna type like thumbnail for sample, something like that, and I'm gonna create the project. This is the interface of Claude Design, and I really like it because compared to ChatGPT or Gemini, this is way more interactive. You can edit the text yourself, you can change the colors if you want, you can even reposition items. So those are the controls you get with Claude Design. So here, I'm just going to paste the prompt. You can find this prompt in the Notion page from the link in the description. So let me just send this prompt, and Claude going to walk me through how to make this thumbnail. Right away, it's asking me to drop a PNG of my headshot, and it is basically saying we need to have a transparent background, which is what I said. So I just dropped the image, then other assets including screenshots, logos, icons, and so on. For this tutorial, I'm going to be making a similar thumbnail to what Daniel Priestley made on his videos. So let me drop that as inspiration thumbnail 1 here. Then it is asking me to include other assets like screenshots, icons, graphics, anything supporting it. So what I do when it comes to these thumbnails is that I also attach the logos, icons, and anything that goes into the thumbnail to make sure like the thumbnail comes out perfectly in the first draft, because this uses a lot of tokens. So if you guys don't take time to provide all these assets, maybe you need to give some back and forth to get the thumbnail right. So to get it perfect on the first go, what I usually do is like if my thumbnail contains an icon like Claude icon, I'm just gonna download this from internet and attach it in this Dropbox. So I got the icons I needed, I attached to them. Now it is asking, do you have a storyboard or rough sketch of what the thumbnail needs to be? This is a very simple thumbnail as you can see, but if my thumbnail is as complex as this one, what I usually do is that I grab a pencil and notebook and just try to draw a layout for Claude to make it perfect in one go. That is totally something you need to decide. Is your thumbnail complex enough that AI will be confused? If you think so, then try to attach a storyboard or a rough sketch of your thumbnail. For me, I don't need to do that for this thumbnail. And you can attach up to 1 to 3 inspirational thumbnails. I don't want to do that. And here, how do you want to approach the concept? I have a specific idea I'll describe below. Okay, you can also give the video summary and it might propose the thumbnail ideas. What I suggest is like you try to describe what you want and give the inspiration, and it does the execution work well, like designing the thumbnail. So here I'm going to be having a tweet box along with the profile pic, the profile name, tag, main head text. This is a basically simple thumbnail, so we don't need to give too much instructions here. Claude is smart enough to figure out rest of the things. So I'd say what the main text needs to be, what needs to be underlined, how big I wanted this tweet box needs to look like, and what are the colors we should be using. And mainly, at the end I typed out the final thumbnail should be 1920 into 1080 pixels. That is one important instruction I always give Claude. After that, here I am simply going to select finance and business, and this should be enough for Claude to make a good thumbnail for us. When it comes to giving instructions to Claude Design, you need to always be thinking that it is thinking in HTML language. So you might need to say like, hey, I need to add 10% padding on the left side for my headshot image. So that's the language that Claude Design understands. So guys, Claude finally done with verifying and it came up with this thumbnail. I'd say this is not bad, but we need to adjust it a bit. One mistake I did is that for this thumbnail, my headshot image should definitely be positioned on the right side for it to look like, because text should always be this side and I should be this side so that we can better leverage this white space. I also like the minor details it did, adding shadow to my image. My image is slightly cut off here, which we can, these are all things very easy to fix in Claude Design, where like you just select my image and comment and Claude will fix it. So I'm gonna go through some revisions live. So for this one, I can just click edit and decrease the size and everything will be fixed like that, and 170 size, and I'm gonna do the same until, yeah, it's on the same size. So 163. I'm gonna do the same here. And one of the good things with Claude Design is that for simple changes, like in case I want to change the color of this to red, I can do it easily. So here it also used the wrong logo instead of Claude icon. I just checked it why it is, and it seems like it hasn't uploaded the Claude icon. I just uploaded it right now. So to change it, all I have to do is change the source image here, and let's click enter and it replaced. I have done the changes I can. Now I want Claude to fix the rest of the design. So I just typed out the changes I need. Mainly I want to move my headshot image to the right side. So I went on a few rounds of revisions with Claude Design and I ended up with this version, which looks pretty good. And another feature with Claude Design is that you can templatize this design, or whenever you want to, reuse this thumbnail, all you have to do is like change the icon here, change the source, and if you want to change the text, it's very easy. If I want to download this as a PNG or JPG, I just ask Claude, let me download this as a JPG image, and Claude will provide me a download link to download this one. So we got the download link here. So I just downloaded this as a thumbnail, and let me show you guys the comparison. So here's the comparison between the image we generated with Claude just now and the inspiration image we provided. I would say the output we got from Claude looks pretty good. So the last workflow I want to show you guys is the video repurposing. Basically, this Claude skill will help you repurpose your long form videos, whether it's a YouTube video or a podcast episode. It's going to chop up clips from that long form video that you can post on your social media. So let me show you guys how this works. You need to head to Claude Cowork, type / to activate skill, and then search video highlights. And you're going to find by decoding and get video highlights, selected one. Here, you need to select a folder like this where you have the video and transcript. So I'm just going to click allow. Then I want to say I want you to give me 2 clips that are 60 to 90 seconds duration. So I'm just gonna say that and click enter. So it's gonna take a while. Claude gonna run its tool. If you're asked any permissions, just give it. So here it gave the time codes of the clips from the long form video we gave. Now it's cutting both of those clips. So it's finally done cutting down those clips. It also gave us the path where it saved us. It's in the folder, same folder where we gave the main video, which is 50 minutes long. So let's check these both clips. So
$42 million in distributions, a 46.
It's under 90 seconds. Yes, it is under 90 seconds. So it followed our rule. And
$2 million exit, $106 million in a weekend. Most people.
Okay, the hook is also good. So let's see the second video. It's also under 90 seconds. And
if you want to save time, you need to understand this concept. Regardless of what job or business you have. If you want to.
Okay, that's also a good hook.
And then you're texting, you're screwed, right? So instead, you just have to put the blinders onto your maker period. And then when you're in the manager period, your day is screwed.
So the ending also doesn't look rough. So I would say it did a pretty good job. Imagine guys, if you want to do this on your own, you need to watch a whole 50 minutes or a 1 hour long video, however long your video is, and then you have to note down the clips, what clips are actually good, that's good enough to post on social media. Then you have to chop it up. Claude did all of that work for us. It first checked out what clips are actually good, and then it went ahead and cut out those clips for us, and also made sure those videos doesn't feel like, these clips doesn't look chopped up, but actually has a good hook and also ending smoothly. Those are the 3 core skills and 2 workflows I wanted to show you in this video. If you run a business and actually want to leverage YouTube as a growth engine for your business that gets you inbound leads and builds authority in your niche, then check out this video I made that breaks down the process we use for our clients who usually blow up their YouTube channel in just a few videos and become an authority in their niche. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.